Hello everyone, welcome to today's broadcast. Today I'm going to be discussing a rare disease. The disease is rare. I invented that disease and I'm going to be discussing the disease today. The disease is political Stockholm syndrome. I will be talking about political Stockholm syndrome in Africa. It is about how we behave in relation to problems. When we have problems, how we try to solve our problems. But let me define the concept of Stockholm syndrome. Then I will now discuss the political dimension of that Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm syndrome is when someone is abusing you. You know that the person is abusing you, yet you keep going back to the same person for help or for solutions to your problem, knowing that this person is going to abuse you. That is Stockholm syndrome. The victim has developed affection for the abuser, so he or she keeps going back to the abuser for help or for solutions to his or her problems. So, what then is political Stockholm syndrome? Political Stockholm syndrome in relation to Africa is when a government in Africa goes back to the same people who are sponsoring terrorism to destroy his country, to destabilize his country, and topple his government. That is political Stockholm syndrome. So I'm going to play some videos or give some examples just to buttress my point. Because we as Africans must understand one thing, that the ideal thing to do is when you identify someone to be abusing you, you avoid that person. So I'm going to be giving you some examples by virtue of the videos I'm going to be showing you. Then I will be commenting. The first one I'm going to show you is the video by a French member of parliament who was openly calling for war against Burkina Faso at the recent EU Parliament meeting. And he convinced the European Parliament to pass a resolution to wage war on Burkina Faso. He was actually calling for war, but he didn't say it openly. So I'm going to play the video now. Take a listen.
Message. Burkina Faso, this West African country, illustrates today the dramatic failure of the military junta in power since the coup d'etat of 2022. In 4 years, the country has gradually isolated itself from the international community, been suspended from several regional and international organizations, while fundamental freedoms are methodically reduced.
You can see that yourself. Everyone who is in Africa or who is conscious of what is happening in Africa knows that the government of Ibrahim Traore is doing everything possible to change the life of Burkinabe for good. Ibrahim Traore is working for his people. He is doing what is in the interest of his people, and he has the support of his people. So the narrative being peddled by this French European member of parliament is nothing but blatant falsehood. And that is how they operate. They associate African governments that are actually helping their people with something negative, and then they use that as an excuse to either topple his government or kill him or destabilize his country. But I've always told you that don't use the blanket approach to issues because there are individual differences. So not all members of the EU Parliament were on board with his submission. So the EU Member of Parliament from Belgium countered what he said. And he was the one who opened up everything. How some government, European government, are buying weapons to use against Africa. You see what I always tell you? These people bringing humanitarian aid, what they call humanitarian aid to you, they are the same people sponsoring the terrorism that is displacing people. It's all about the natural resources in your country. It is no longer news that Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, they kick out French from their country. They kicked out France, and the French influence in their country is declining significantly. So France is not happy, and they are doing everything within their power to destabilize those countries. Look at the recent happening in Benin Republic. Because Benin Republic now have a leader that is sympathetic to countries in the AES, that is the Sahel region, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. Recently, they started attacking Benin Republic. There was a serious terrorist attack recently in Benin Republic. So France is behind all this terrorism in the Sahel region. And they are European collaborators. So I'm going to play the video for you now, then you see. It's left for you to judge. Take a listen.
You're a bit upset about being expelled, about having been expelled from the Sahel, aren't you? Listening to some of my colleagues, especially the French on the right, and everything is starting to become a bit clearer in my head, because I wondered, in Belgium, in France, we continue to buy military equipment for billions of euros. It was specifically designed to be used in the Sahel, I thought. It's strange because we're told we need to defend ourselves from Russia, but we're buying this specialized military equipment for Africa. We're going to cut our pensions, our hospitals, our schools to do this.
You see? So they are buying weapons to attack Africa. But the question is, what are we doing in Africa? Our people are in the mosque praying. The Muslims, they think that their Christian brothers and sisters are their problem. The Christians, they believe that their Muslim brothers and sisters are their problem. And if we have any problem in Africa regarding terrorism, the Christian side, they see everything to be coming from either Iran or all these Muslim countries. But we forget about the people who are actually terrorizing us. I'm not saying that the Muslim world is not involved, but more often than not, they even collaborate with these people from the West. The political leadership from the West and the businessmen in the West. You have to separate the government from the people, because the masses in all these countries we are talking about, they don't even care, they don't even know what is happening. It's at that leadership level, that foreign policy level, that they do all this dirty stuff. So that is all I have to share with you. But when we have this problem of terrorism in Africa, instead of going to other people for solutions, we run to the same people for solutions. Those that we know are responsible for this terrorism in Africa, they are the same people we go to for solution. That is why I call it political Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm syndrome is when you constantly, as a victim, you constantly go to the person abusing you for help. That is the situation. So it's not my intention to prolong this video. Thank you very much for your attention. Like this video, share with your friends, and subscribe. If you're watching me from Facebook, know that I have a YouTube channel called Comparative Geopolitics. Go there, watch my video, and if you like my videos, subscribe. Thank you very much, and I will see you in my next video.